Hi, Melissa. Hi, Vinnie.
Hi, Natalia. How are you?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're good,
Excellent.
thank you.
Perfect. And you
Thank you for
guys
having us.
yes, I'm excited to talk to you. I'm happy to hear about Florida. So you guys are conveniently located between Miami and Orlando, correct?
Yes, we are. We are on the East Coast. We service anywhere from Jupiter all the way to Boca.
Okay, perfect. So let's start with a little bit about you two. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. How did you get started in real estate?
So you can probably tell from our voices and our accents that we're originally from the New York area.
Yes.
And like a lot of people in the New York, New Jersey area, Florida as a relocation destination is just so popular, especially this area where we are now, Palm Beach County, like Melissa was saying. When we were in New York, I actually did commercial real estate in Manhattan. I did that for about 15 years. And then, the pull of the sunshine and the palm trees to move to Florida was too much to ignore. So we decided to come down here. And at first I actually wasn't doing real estate when we first got here, but Melissa, when we got here, was doing residential real estate. And after about a year or so of her doing that, she realized that there was more work than for her to do, and there was commercial opportunities which my experience was able to help us with. So so that's when I started to do it down here too, and we put our team together down here.
Very nice. Do you guys miss the snow?
Not at all.
Not at all.
The only thing that we will say is a little strange is that when you're walking around and they're playing, Winter Wonderland music, Christmas music and stuff, and it's 85 degrees and sunny, it's a little strange.
Yeah, it's odd. It doesn't have that same kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's great that you two are, you're married, you're a couple, and you have your team going. You probably complement each other very well. I'm sure you have a good vibe with your clients as too. They sense that. Let's talk a little bit more about the market. What's the market like over there?
So the market here is very hot right now. It actually has gotten even hotter in the pandemic and post-pandemic. Florida, especially Palm Beach County, but most of Florida is an attractive relocation destination. And what we noticed is right when the pandemic hit, you had a bit of an influx of people from high density population areas, such as Manhattan and other parts of New York, where they had familiarity with this area. Perhaps they had vacation homes, perhaps they had relatives who lived here. This, as I said, this is an area with a lot of transplanted Northeasterners. So in order to kind of get it to a space with a little bit more space to live and not so close crowded, some people sought to come here, and it really ate up the inventory. There's very low inventory on the market. The median home price has risen over the past couple of months, and it's really made for a very hot market where things that are priced correctly sell in a weekend. They really do.
Right.
We also have
Go ahead.
I'm going to call it a blessing, that our restaurants are open at full capacity.
Oh, yeah.
I
didn't know that.
Social distancing, but we've been able to go to restaurants probably since about, I'm going to say July.
Yeah, probably July, as they started at a reduced capacity, but then it increased over time. We're over, I would say, the last 3-4 weeks, it's at full capacity. So a lot of people are just, coming to get a little bit more of what you would say is your regular life back, I guess you would say.
Get back some of that normal lifestyle. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I mean, over here, most people are still dining outside.
Right, and your weather is now becoming very cold.
Right. So I predict, we might go back to what it was like in March, where we're probably going to be staying indoors in our homes a lot more. So that's definitely a big highlight if somebody's planning on moving, to have the opportunity to move to Florida and have that normalcy back.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Good to know.
Yes, and also our gyms are open, so we're very lucky that people can exercise here and maintain that 24/7, 365 fitness, because not only do we have outdoor where you can be outside in the beautiful weather, but you can also go indoor to exercise.
And that whole active lifestyle is something that's very attractive to people in Florida because of the year-round good weather. You can do a lot of outdoor activities, and so it just keeps people just stay active on a regular basis, and health and fitness and things are very paramount in their lifestyle.
Definitely. And you mentioned it's competitive over there, probably lower inventory. And yet at the same time, I'm sure that anyone from New York is still going to get more space for the amount of money versus, what they're getting over here.
Exactly. I mean, when we say about how medium home prices have risen and things like that, it still is comparatively a much better bang for your buck in this area. Perhaps maybe not what the perception may be. A lot of people think, Florida is cheap, but if you're in more of the popular areas such as Palm Beach County, these areas are not what you would consider cheap, but comparative to what if they are relocating from New York, New Jersey, you are getting a lot more for the money if you're selling your property up there at those prices and buying something here. Even with what's happened to the market here, it still represents a great value comparatively.
Yeah, I agree. And they get a yard.
And they get a yard and
a front yard, a backyard.
And if they get a pool, they get to still use it. People are still going in their pools now, and it's November.
Yeah, they can use it year round.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen over here.
No. We remember those days when it would start to be when you'd have to close your pool in September. We remember.
Yeah, we never close our pool.
Perfect. Well, I really wanted to introduce you to my sphere. One, because you're from New York as well, you're already familiar with what New York is like, what it's like to live in New York. And I think you would be a great compliment to anybody that's looking into moving from New York to Florida and really show them the difference.
Thank you very much. We look forward to anybody who wants to come down here. We love working with transplants because we did it ourselves.
Yeah, it's a big advantage because we may know what they haven't thought of yet because we lived through it. So it's helpful because we really can share our experience with them. So we're not really just serving them as a realtor, but we're being a resource to help them think through all of the aspects of the move because, let them gain the benefit of our experience as well. And we know what they're coming from.
Right.
We know what they're looking for. We can tell them things that went smooth, things that didn't go as smooth, give them some tips to help them with the transition. So we enjoy that because we feel like we're telling our story and helping them benefit from it.
Yes, I love that.
And also, Natalia, being a former New York City teacher, I know I was looking for a specific type of education for my children, and I wanted to keep it because New York has such good education. I wanted our children to seamlessly make the transition and have the same level of education down here. And Palm Beach County, in Wellington, in Jupiter, as well as Boca, we have top schools, A-rated schools down here, and I was very happy with what we found down here.
Definitely.
That's great to know. I would say almost every family I talk to that's looking to move, that's one of their top priorities is to be close to a really good school for their kids.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's one of the real benefits of this part of Florida for the transplants, we'll call them. It has the good schools. It has the weather, and it has a bit of a sixth borough feel because there are a lot of transplants. Mm-hmm. So you feel like there are people around who get you, who know you. There's just a lot of that in this area.
What do you two like to do? What do you do in your recreational time?
In our recreational times, we try to get to the beach as often as we can. We're 30 minutes from the beach. We're actually more west than we were when we lived in New York, but we still go to the beach as often as we can. And we love to dine out, of course. And we do take the kids to Disney a lot.
Nice.
And
I still haven't taken my girl yet.
Oh, it's great. It really is. And it's funny, our kids are a bit older now. Our youngest is in high school, but she still loves the experience. She loves to go. And the fact that we are about 2.5 hours from Orlando. So it's not a terrible, but to just go for a day or go for a quick weekend or something, it kind of fills that need. It gives you that little jolt. She loves it. It's nice. It's a good thing for us to be able to do, to sneak in now and then.
Right, and we're in a good location because we could run to Miami too.
Yes.
Not too long of a trip down there.
Yeah.
We go for sports events, and we're not that far on the Keys as well, if you want a vacation in the Keys.
I love it. I think it's a great location.
Oh yeah, we're very happy here.
You're good.
Yeah, we feel like it's nicely centrally located to be able to get all of those different Florida experiences from here.
But I'm guessing you're a little bit further out to where you don't have to deal with as much of the craziness of like the traffic from those areas, or?
Yes, exactly. It's
okay.
We're about, like I said, we're about 1 hour and 20 minutes north of Miami, so we avoid the true Miami traffic hustle bustle. And I said we're about 2.5 hours south of Orlando, which has its own traffic issues. Being here, it's close enough to be able to do, but on a day-to-day basis, it's
interrupt your date. Yeah, it doesn't interrupt.
There's one other interesting thing about the area that we live in, which is called it's Wellington is the name of the town. It is the winter equestrian capital of the world. Yeah. This is where the winter polo sessions are held, the international polo competitions. There are a lot of equestrian related events. And it's really cool because we're not that far from people with horse farms, and it's not that uncommon during the equestrian season, which is really in normal years from like October to April. This year it's starting a bit later because of the pandemic, but you'll see horses crossing the street. It's so cool. It really is.
Yeah.
Cool. I would love to see that.
Yeah, and going to polo, we've gone to see polo matches. Not only is it of course cool and exciting to see the horses and the polo, but it's also great for people watching. As you can imagine, you get a lot of people, dressed up, and they have their mimosas, and it's an experience. It really is.
I'll have to check that out one day for sure. I'll have to take my little girl when she's a little bit older so she can experience that.
You'll love it.
We actually had Prince Harry here 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Playing in a match.
Wow. Very cool, very cool. When I do make it down there, I'll be sure to contact you guys and we can all meet up somewhere.
Oh, please do. Mm-hmm. Now, I know you're following me on Instagram because I'm following you. If you want to follow us, we're at Palm Beach Living Homes on Instagram as well as Facebook. And just pop in and say hello.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Melissa and Vinnie. I'm going to attach your contact info at the end of the video. That way people can reach you directly too if they have any other questions or they want any extra insight. You can help them out.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Natalia. This was great.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right.